Hi guys, this is gonna be a video of behind the scenes. So it's quite early in the morning, right? But I discovered something fun, and that's Highfetch. And rather than, well, just doing the job, I thought let's just record everything. So if there are ISO builders out there, then you know that Carly, so arcolinux-ISO.com, and ALCI, so alci.online, are the websites where you can learn how to create ISOs like ArcoLinux, like Carly, like ALCI, like Endeavour, like Aruda, right? ISOs based on Arch. If you want something to be on your system, like this one, right? So yay, Highfetch. Now this has a lot of settings, configurations if you run the thing, right? So it's coming from Arch, it's not coming from us, it's coming from ArcoLinux. And when you run it, you get all kind of choices, I think like 4, 5, 6 choices, and I end up with this colorful ArcoLinux logo. Now the thing is, if I want to have next time around the same logo, I need to do something. I need to put a certain file on my system, Highfetch.json. You see, presets, ACO, sexual, yeah, they were all names like that, and then RGB, light, dark, lightness, all kind of choices in a JSON format. Cool. How do I get it on my system in the future, right? How do I have it without going over all the settings? Can I make a package? So this basically really is for somebody who wants to create packages and so on for your system. I have something open here. Let's see. I need to go to Firefox. Let me close all the other tabs here. Close. Where are you? Close multiple tabs. Close other tabs. Voila. And then I drag you to here. So I go to my GitHub. So ArcoLinux GitHub, there's the D, that's for all the scripts, the B to build everything, and the ISO for Carly and so on. So it's divided into groups. And in here we'll find, for example, also the NeoFetch setting, the Alacrity setting, and so on. So it's in the right place here if I set it here. So I'm gonna create on GitHub, GitLab, Gitbucket, you choose, right? On there you just create a name. It has to be unique. Highfetch. It's gonna contain just the JSON file, right? Just the JSON file. Public. You can put, of course, everything that's available in a certain package called ArcoLinux config, right? And everything goes in there. But right, then it's here you have it all. And otherwise, you can really be cherry picking and say I want this and that and this and that and done. So it's just the one file, I know, but it's the exercise that's important, the workflow that's important. So we got this as link. Yep, cool. I'm gonna do this like that. Then ArcoLinux. These are all the GitHubs that we have. And here's a file that says get them all. So take a look at what it is. And alphabetically, Highfetch. It's gonna be FGH behind here. ArcoLinux Highfetch. That's it. What it does is going and get all ArcoLinux gits. It's just too much work, so it's about 100, almost 200 of these lines. Basically, it says git clone. Go grab me the name that's up there. Okay. And then we save, and then we quit, and we say number 1. There you go. That means somewhere in here at the top, more or less, Highfetch is there. Here he is, right? So to advance things, I take a look at different kind of folder, like for instance this one. I don't want the Git. The Git is specific is unique, never copy paste to Git. So Control H and get this, Control C. Now I can make a better copy. Why is that? Because this file goes in the .config. There will be other things in here that go to the .config, and it's easier to do that, like the NeoFetch or others, right? But NeoFetch is a good one. So this one goes to etc, to skel, to h, to .config, and here I'll just put the file. So it's easier to copy paste, think what do I have already and how can I advance my work a little bit faster, right? So this is good. Control C. We go to Highfetch and here Control V. So Control H, there is already .git in here. It's an empty git, but it's pointing to the correct URL. Okay. Then this one is to set up my Git credentials, saying hi, I'm Eric, and setting some things up. So I need to run this one first. That's explained somewhere else, so I'm skipping it a little bit, right? There are videos how to set everything up for GitHub. But if that's done, I can up the file, which is not NeoFetch, so delete. I can up the file that's inside the .config. .config, here you are. These are my color settings, so everybody will get the same color settings, right? Same thing. Okay, this can go. Basically, that's it. That's all I need. So it's a very easy thing to start with. You have, well, the reasoning behind this exercise of this way of doing things. I could put Highfetch just at the top level, but I want to make easy package builds in the future. So this is just the data where everything is. So this goes online with this simple up, which is gonna put everything online. So normally I type first commit or something, right? Done. So it's readable, you can get it. It's now online. And the up thing is just a git push and all that. So let's see. So git pull, git add all, git commit. And since the project is already around 6 years, the GitHub changed a few years back, saying the old ones do master and the other new guys do main. So another name for the you know what I mean, the right? 3, no, not 3. Right? They changed something, and that's why we have to do this. For the rest, maybe you'd like to see this in detail. Let's make this bigger so you see what's there. Stop. Right. So just freeze your video and then you see what's in there. That's that. If that's online, I need to build it. ArcoLinux package build, ArcoLinux. Yeah, why not NeoFetch? So once you decide I'm gonna use something that's already existing and then change it to Highfetch. So the name is always with Git. Why? Because yeah, it comes from Git. So arcolinux-hyfetch-git is now a folder, but not yet a package name, right? But first, I always forget this, so I'm gonna do this first. Readme install. So the NeoFetch is gone, and I have to check again. What did we call it? Or just look here. Highfetch JSON, right? Let's put the complete text in there. Highfetch JSON. Save. So the files have been installed. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. That's that. Now I need to actually make it, right? So all the NeoFetches. Let's do a super F here. Oops, not that one. This one. and Control H is gonna look for neofetch here. Find me all the neofetches and change it with Highfetch. So if I do that, replace this one, replace that one, that's not correct. So that's gonna go to .config, find, and that's then replace. That's replace. And that's what I like to have. That's that at the bottom I don't need to change anything, that all the variables are defined up here. And this is a variable, so this is not the normal way of doing things, right? So the underscore is reused here, here. So once it's set everywhere. I don't need to change all of these elements. And the only thing I need to think is these three guys, and actually the license directory, never touch it. But these three guys, I need to check it. And this is just the one without git, right? This is the name for arch, sudo pacman -s, that's line 2. And this is something else, right? This is the package name where we're gonna get things and do things with it. So we're gonna get it from the internet. It's called arcolinux-hyfetch on GitHub. Okay, now we build them, save. It's often, well, there is a build ArcoLinux, but what I often do first is check if I made mistakes. So make package, and then I check it, right? This is the result. Well, this is the result, and before that you do this. This is where, in time-wise, this is the first thing. You download everything, that's the GitHub. Then it's gonna be packaged, and then it's gonna be zipped or something, right? tar_zst. So this is what's in there. An etc with a scal, with a .config, with a Highfetch. Cool. In user, there is a share, an ArcoLinux, licenses, and a new license for that particular thing, right? And that's it. So this is very, very small as package. There's no building, there's no application. So really is a good exercise. So all of that is not needed. This is not needed either. Well, yes and no. I have a script that does the work for me, right? It's gonna build the ISO. I have lots of repos, also test repo, and voila. 6 destinations. It's gonna go to destination 1, which is the normal repo, this one. And either I'll make it or I'll shroot it. So have a look at ArcoLinux shroot and see what it is. So it's a clean build in a separate folder somewhere. It mimics being a clean ArcoLinux. So that's the one we try first, and if it doesn't work, then we use the make package. And this thing, yeah, grew over time with all kind of strange codes, but basically it builds the package and it moves the package. So I don't need to do anything, I just run build ArcoLinux. So this is a shoot option, and we see that we're busy, but I don't think we're building somewhere. So there can only one guy that builds. Yeah. I'm building the new scripts on the other screen here for you guys. So there can only be one, and this is the script I'm using to provide you guys with the latest updates in the third party and in the large, extra large repository. So I stopped the script and I run it again. Can be only one making packages in a folder, and there you go. And it moves everything to the repo, cleaning up unnecessary files, and done. And it signs also the package. So I don't have to think about all that. It just does the make package and the signing in the same time. So now it's on the repo. It's here, in here. I'll check with you together, but let's up this thing already. And then we go in here, and the best way is a control. Sorry. That's it. So Control Shift 2, and then I'll make it bigger. date modified, and here we have Highfetch. See? So it's that easy to create a package, and I just wanted to show it again. There are other videos like that to just show the workflow, what it means having a distro and creating packages for a distro. This is basically it's the easiest one available. Wallpaper is also very good always, because it's just standard file, 1 or 1,000 files, doesn't matter. It's just, yeah, an image cannot hurt your system. This can, well, this will put everything in the etc. It's maybe important to tell, because the wallpaper goes to user share backgrounds, and ours goes to etc.config. So basically it's not there on your system if you install it, unless you do this scale option that you've learned on ours. So if we update the system and we say, okay, all the databases, the new databases are in, he knows there is now ArcoLinux Hyfetch. So first get new updates, and we have here the Hyfetch-git. So what happens, let's go to etc to the .config, and like this, down here something will happen, right? When I say yes, go install this thing, then we get the Hyfetch.json. Wow, the Hyfetch.json. And it only gets there by your action or with a clean install, right? If we do installs, then and we add this package to the list, it's going to be there, and the new user that is created with Calamares will have this. All of this, all that's in etc will be on the system of the user, so all of that. So also our Hyfetch.json, if we add it to the ISO, right? So voila. So basically, if you say, oh look, Eric did something new, what you do, Control-C, that's enough, right? The only thing you need is that file, and you copy paste it over here, which is gonna overwrite it, of course, because it exists. It's equally in size, same in size, and then replace. That's it. And then if you want to have it forever and ever and ever, you go to the top level, you go to your bash. Where's your bash file? Let's make this different, like this, like that, much easier. Bash RC. So as you see, you have a bash RC personal and private. So don't put your stuff in here, the new aliases that you like, right? Put them in something else, but this gets overwritten if you type a scale. All right, so gonna go here. At the bottom we do neofetch and lolcat IC. So at the end we'd say Highfetch save. Neofetch, well, you're good, but wanna play around, so that's it. Ctrl-T, and now I have by default Highfetch with the setting I like. And that's of course, yeah, different. I mean, we are all different, so if you see how I can launch it again, let's see if I can find the trigger. So these are all the choices I can have in colors: rainbow, transgender, non-binary. I had some fun here: asexual, demigender, bigender, and this is the one I chose. But it's just colors, right? We're talking about colors, nothing else. And debug, test for specific distro, check version, overlay. There is a way to set it again probably, or might be as simple as just deleting everything. So we have the .config. Where are you, my friend? If it doesn't find the config, it's probably gonna say right, rename, and I'm gonna Control-T, Control-T. There you go. So without his little JSON, he's gonna say, oh, welcome to Highfetch. Let's set up some colors first. The color mode, RGB and dark, so I'm happy with that. Standard was rainbow, and I took something in between, somewhere there. but pansexual can be changed. Arrow race 3. I took achiosexual there in the middle, one more at the bottom. Demigirl, gender phone. Alright, let's take something else. Gender phone. Alright. Then it goes on and it says how bright does it need to be. So soft for the eyes, 65. Let's take 50. I don't know if I need to set the percentage. I do. Okay. Then it's gonna give me all kinds of things. Do any of them appeal me? I still like the horizontal still best, so has the different colors. Horizontal, enter, and then save the config and say okay, sure, save the config. And from now on it will be this setup. So every single time I run the thing, it will have this. Right? Super Q. So that's a little application, Highfetch, I just discovered. And I'll probably add it to Bash or C as well, and then we can add it to the ArcoLinux XL, which is always the one that's the biggest, but we'll not add it to XS, we'll not add it to B, certainly not to D, and voila, this is how it's done. Hope you learned something. So if you have ambitions to create ISOs, there is the arcolinux-iso.com website and the ALCI website, where combined, if you watch all these videos, you'll be able to create your own version of ArcoLinux, basically, of ArcoLinux. Alright, cheers.